Rock bottom, they say, is the lowest point that you can get to, but that's actually incorrect, because just when you think you're at the lowest point, you can actually go even lower than that. Rock bottom truly means is when you decide to change. When you decide to flip the switch and say, I'm done. I'm moving on from this, whether this is trauma, this abuse, this addiction, whatever it is that you're going through, you decide to flip the switch. That in itself is rock bottom. And I didn't realize that till later in life, and I always thought, I was like, okay, I'm at rock bottom, I'm good to go. But then I just kept falling down even more and more and more. I've been surrounded by drugs all my life. My dad, and he was, always bringing drugs around us. Drugs and alcohol was a norm thing for everybody. I myself started experimenting in high school as a freshman, and it was more recreational, right? You're young, you don't understand, you want to have fun with the clique and fit in, I guess, right? Because at that point in my life, I'm still figuring out, where do I belong, right? Who do I surround myself with? Who do I look up to? Where am I going? Growing up in such a chaotic life, and finally finding some type of outlet that gives you peace for a short period of time was good enough for me. And as the years go by, you don't realize that it consumes you within, right? And it becomes an outlet weekly, daily, and then you lose control. It's always the easy way to take out, right? You want to fill the void, this is the easy way out. You can just get it. Addiction is brutal. It'll take everything from you, no matter who you are, right? And seeing it that perspective as well, it's pretty scary. One of my most brutal runs that I've done thus far was actually fairly recent. My first marathon in San Antonio. I hit 5 years of sobriety November 2nd of 2025. I truly wanted to challenge myself. People think that life after sobriety is easy. It's not. It's actually harder. Because you start really going through the trials and tribulations that God's gonna set out to you. He's gonna see and test you if you're really about it. Going through that run after 5 years of sobriety, I really faced everything I still had rooted in me. Even though God gave me a second life, my trauma was still with me. I remember mile 18, my body breaking down on me, shoulders locking on me, legs were giving out, cramping up, and now the psychological warfare begins. And then you start questioning yourself, are you worth it? Are you worthy of this acknowledgement? Are you worthy of that medal? You start, really discovering yourself during those last 8 miles. Are you about it? That run really challenged me. And I think it was the epiphany and the gateway for what's to come next. When I really conquered that race, I remember my sister waiting for me at the finish line. I was very emotional. She gave me a hug and she kept yelling, "You did it, you did it." Just hearing those words of encouragement is something that I liked my entire life.
You did it. I'm so proud of you. You did it. You did it, Sal. You did it. You did it. Give it a little bite.
Oh! Salvador González. I never wanted to come back here, right? This place has a lot of rooted trauma that I never wanted to come back to. For some reason that day, something brought me here. I don't know. I didn't understand it. I left the Walmart parking lot and I came here. My dad was here. Shortly after, I began to overdose. I started losing control of my breath. Started being vertigo. I couldn't figure out what was going on, but all I could do is, yearn for help. I was able to get my dad's attention. My dad rushed, called 911. I fell to the ground and as the ambulance came in and my conscience faded away, I felt I had a conversation with someone. And I couldn't understand at the moment who it was, but it's like having a conversation with you and I here. And I said to that person, with no face, no nothing, I said, God, if this is it for me, please take care of my family. But if you give me one last chance, I will devote my life to you. And I faded away. I woke up 36 hours later with my ex-wife and my sister next to me, not realizing what would happen. It's all a blur, to this day. What I do know is that God helped me that day. God decided to give me a second chance. I didn't know why, didn't understand why, but I know He gave me a purpose and a second chance for a reason. And you know what the craziest part is too? Is that I prayed all my life. I cried for God to help me and save me. He never answered. Not once. I gave up. I cursed Him multiple times. I cried out for Him. He never reached out to help me. And for some reason, I still cried out to Him that day. How? Why? I don't understand what I've done to deserve a second chance, but I know that I'm grateful for it. Sir, but God, everything's possible. God first, baby. God first. Somehow I still ended up crying for Him. And that's the beautiful part about it, that I gave up on Him a long time ago. But I can still reach out to Him at my last breath. God is good, man. God is great.